Okay, this is not Mama. It was one time Mama. But I'm going to change it, which means I'm going to clear all these. So, how do I clear it first off? I'm going to turn off this video so I can't see it because it's just distracting me. I'm going to keep an eye on this chat window in case anybody wanders in. Okay, so I don't even know an easy way to do it. So I screwed up my PCG file, and the way I did that was I used PCG tools, and I thought it would be a good idea to clear everything. When you do that with PCG tools, it turns everything off. Oh, no, it didn't. I guess I didn't. That's good. That's good. So I'm going to write this to 001. I'm going to write over Mama. And I've already saved this PCG out as a new file. So it's not going to write what I already have because I don't want to screw that up. Clear. So this is going to be secret. S-E-C-R-E-T space Sepa. S-E-P-A-R-A-T. Oh, come on, really? R-A-T-I-O-N. Secret separation. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and save the PCG because that's the kind of guy I'm. So the idea here is every major change that I make, I save my PCG. That way, if something happens, if I screw it up, I can always reload. Alright, so now, we've got a piano. Now, to let you know how I've got this thing mapped, I'm actually going through Reason, but I'm only using the Chrome for this use, so I'm not going to confuse things here, but I'm going through Reason in order to map my keylab to channel 2. Now, if you take a look, when I play the Chrome, over here, this line goes up as I play. And the reason for that is the Chrome is on MIDI channel 1. MIDI channel 2 is this one here. Now, I haven't programmed anything to it, but if I were to mute channel 1, you're not hearing anything from the Chrome. But if I play my keylab, and if you take a look at the line, it's going up for MIDI channel 2. So, that's how that's going to work. And today, we're working on secret separation by the fix. It's pretty simple as far as keyboards are concerned. We have some sort of pad sound that he's playing. And then, in a second, he's going to go dun, dun, dun. So that's like a strings kind of sound. I was taking on a journey. I don't even remember how far into the song it starts. There it is. Beep, beep. And he loves to go where. Even now, if you watch Fix videos, live Fix videos, he's still doing that. Gotta love the show. You have ever known there will be no more isolation in our secret separation. Heart so deeply you rescued me. Now freedom. That's not an A, this is. Hey, I must take another journey. You must meet with other names. must meet with other names. There will be no more isolation in our secret separation. You touched my heart so deeply, you rescued me. Now freedom. I always say freedom, but it's free me. Alright, so we need, after that little diversion, we need 3 sounds, I believe. Now this solo sound, that I don't know, it might be the same string sound as that. So we'll see. So, alright, so that's 3, maybe 4 sounds. So we have the main pad sound, right? And we have the meep, meep, meep sound. And we have the solo sound, which those can be combined. That's actually just 2 sounds. Well, that's pretty cool. So now we need to find a good pad, right? Now I'm just going to put some fillers in there. Eventually, what I usually do is my combis, as I play with people, they change as time goes by. Really, I only need to have some space in there so that I have something to play that's not just a piano or some weird pad that I find on the fly, right? So I'm going to go to keyboard. I'm going to go in, or if you notice, I switched to program mode. Sorry, I didn't specify that. All right, and I apologize for making you hear me sing, but that's just what I do. All right, so we go to slow synth, excuse me, because we want pads. Now, a lot of the pads are listed at the very beginning of the list, but there are other pads hiding. So I see how many here are listed. Actually, most of this page is pads. A lot of times, the magic pad, not magic pad, I'm sorry, the prayer pad is useful for just about everything. That's a little low. Setback pad 2 I like a lot. So let's see how that sounds here. No way. Warm pad's gonna work, I think. There we go, that was a little too loud, I think. Passengers of time, lost in motion, last forever. Locked together, day and night, by trick of light. I must take another journey. We must meet with other names. We must meet with other names. You touched my heart so deeply. You rescued me. Now free me. Don't watch me crying. I think warm pad's going to do it. So we'll go back to the combi. Now, this is where we do it, right? A lot of times there's multiple ways that you can set it, okay? You can do the pull down here. Fat fingers, copy from program, right? Now when you copy from program, it's going to copy, if you select them anyway, all of your effects, your IFX, MFX, TFX, your ARPs, to whatever timbre you want it to be. You have to remember to select this, or you're going to end up writing over your timbre. Timbre. I try to be correct. Anyway, or you can come in here. You can select your what is it? No, I'm losing it. Your categories. That's the word I'm looking for. So if you hit keyboard, you can select by category, or you can, if you know exactly which patch you're going to, you can go by number. That's what I'm going to do because I know that it's GM, right? GM, warm pad 090, right? So we go here, we go to GM, and we go to 90. As I switch my finger here, warm pad. So now, there we are. So that's our one. I'm going to go ahead and write the combination. Alright, the second sound is that beep, beep. Okay, so it's going to be way up here. It's going to be an A. It's going to be way up there, right? Obviously not with that sound. So let's listen to it again. It's like a string. Beep, beep. Yep. Beep, beep. So let's find a good string sound. Now, one thing to remember, with a lot of the bands during the 80s, they used synths to sound like pads and to sound like strings. They didn't use actual samples until a little bit later in the 90s when the samplers came around. So if you use a sampled sound, it's not quite going to sound authentic if you're playing an 80s song. This song is from like 1984, I believe. So that's what we're looking for, is like a synth string, and it will be in the strings category. So let's see what kind of strings we have. That's a pad. You know what? As far as first tries go, that's pretty good. Let me get rid of this chord here. Got a string pad too. Yeah, but the attack's a little bit slow on that one. We want a fast attack. We can always adjust that later though, and I can show you how. Camera strings. No, we want some more synth stuff. Let's see, what do we have here? Synth strings? Now that one has possibility. I think that's gonna work. Yeah, let's use that. So it's going to be GM 52. Okay. GM 052 is going to be 2, right? So we're going to go to GM 052, synth strings 2. Alright, the reason it sounds like that when I play that A is because it's still playing warm pad now. Here's a way that you can tell if you're not sure what's going on. Well, I just turned this on. Why am I not hearing anything? So if you take a look over here, which sound is going up? And I explained that earlier when I was talking about this other keyboard. It's because channel 2 is mapped to the keylab, right? So 2 is now set as MIDI channel 2. So we want to change that back to 1. So we go to page. What should I call it? Timbre? You know what? I'll just say timbre. How about that? Timbre parameters. Here we go. So if you take a look, MIDI channel here. It says MIDI channel right there. You're going to select that one. You can go to 0, 1. Now if you notice, there's 0, 1 G and there's G channel. G channel stands for the general MIDI channel. 01 is not necessarily the MIDI channel, the general MIDI channel, but if you notice, there's a G after it, indicating that there's that it's the global channel. So if I go into global, and if I change the MIDI global MIDI channel to 2, for instance, I'm going to change this back when I'm done, and we go back, the G's gone, because 2 is the global MIDI channel. Now if I change this to G or GCH, that's going to be channel 2 right now, because the global channel we set to 2. We're going to change it back to 1 right now. So we're back there, and I'm going to go to 1 here. All right, so it's there. However, we still have that other sound mapped. Both should be mapped to all the keys. But we don't want that, right? What we want is we want to split up the keyboard. Now, I know that I'm going to be playing that little tune. Da 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 da. What? See, now I've forgotten it already. I know this song really well too. Da 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 da. Oh man. There it is. Oh, but you know what? And I'll even do that. It sounds like it's an octave mapped to the same keys. So you've got a lower octave and a higher octave. Let's listen. Yeah. So if we go back here and we play that, you notice both of these are going up now. That's not what we want. What we want to do is map from approximately middle C to the right is going to be that other string, and middle C to the left, or to the left of middle C, it's not going to, we can overlap them, but we don't want to. On the left side of the keyboard is going to be one sound. The right side of the keyboard is going to be the other sound. And how do we do that? Well, it's simple. You do that in the zone page. It's also the delay page. We go to the zone page, right? Now if you take a look, you've got C1, which is to the left of the keyboard, right? G9, which is the far right. But this keyboard that's up here is a lot wider than my keyboard, or your keyboard for that matter. My keyboard is a 73 key Krome. Yours may be a 61, or it may be an 88. I don't know what you have right now, but that's okay. So if I play, and it's not doing that, it's not lighting up. I thought it lit up on this page. But if I play here, and this is an itty bitty keyboard, it lights up on this little map here. Now, that is so tiny you probably can't even see it on your screen. And I can barely even see it, other than it turning red. I can see it on my Krome display there. So anyway, and I always forget what this is. I think it's C1, not C-1. We're going to find out, and here's how. So we're going to go to the zone page, right? Actually, I'm going to mute to make things easier. I'm going to mute that. So now all we hear is warm pad. And we want warm pad to end to the B that's just to the left of middle C, which is, you know, right there. All right. Since I always forget where, we're going to hit zone. The top key, I wish it was reversed. I mean, it makes sense logically, top keys on the top of the screen, bottom keys on the bottom of the screen, but then when you go to actually do it, the top is to the right instead of to the left. All right, so what we want to do is we want to map the bottom key. Now we can hear that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my dial here. This is the dial, even though you can't see it. that's C1. If I move it one to the right, yes, there's a dog barking. Take or quit it. If I move to the right, look at that. So we now know this is C1. Now we can leave that at C-1. It's not going to matter what's mapped down there because we don't even have keys to play on down there. But what we want to do, so that you take a look at numbering. This is it goes octave, right? So it goes C, then C. So that's C1, C2, C3, C4. We actually want it to end at B4. We're going to come down here. We're going to scroll it all the way down to B4 and listen when we play it. Oops. Wah, wah. Okay, so we just learned something. If you take a look at this chart, C4 is this, right? Is the key next to it B4? No, it's B3. So the numbering actually starts at C and it goes up to B, right? So what we want to actually have the last key be is B3. So now if I play the next C, we don't hear anything. So now let's go back here and unmute synth string. But it's still playing down here. So now we want to do exactly the opposite. We're going to mute the warm pad. So all we hear is the synth string. Go back to your zone. And we're actually programming the left key. Now remember, C1, C2, C3, C4. We want the first key to be C4. So let's go up to C4. There we go. Now if I play B3, you don't hear anything. Let's go back here. We unmute the warm pad. So now we have warm pad going all the way up to B3 and then C4. And that's how you split the keyboard. We could actually overlay those if we wanted to. But for this particular song, we're not. There's our A. So let's give it a try. Let's see what we got. Breaking up something fierce. Sorry about that. Too much going on with the processor. It's F. Now, I think that's a bit low. It needs to be up the octave a little bit. Let's hear how it sounds. Yep. So it needs to be an octave up, but we can't. How do we do that? Oh my gosh. All right. So let's mute the strings that are up here again. So now what we want to do is we're going to take that left side of the keyboard we talked about before. We're actually going to transpose it up. Each number is a half step. Is it a half step? Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to transpose it 12 steps up. Go to temp parameters, pitch. So now you've got your slow synth and you've got the strings here. So we want to take the slow synth, which is 1, and we want to transpose it up, which is to the right, 12. So if we listen, hey, there we go. Alright, so we've got that. Alright, and as I said before, we want to have both this octave. When we're playing that A, we want to hear this, and we want to hear this. Now you can play it like this, with both of your fingers, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to program a third program. It's going to be the same as the synth string, GM G052, right? Let's go to GM 052 here. Then we're going to take 3. Go to the MIDI page, and we're going to make it 01 as well. Remember, 01 is the Chrome's keyboard. So now when we take a look here, it's playing on both of those channels, but it sounds the same. So now, what we want to do is for this right one, just like we transposed the pitch of channel 1, we want to actually go down 12. With that other one. Ooh, but it's a little bit loud though. We want to hear that higher pitch sound. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the mixer, take that channel 3, and we're going to go down to about 85. A little bit lower, maybe 75. Yeah, maybe even 65. How about that? Alright, sounds pretty good. So now, oh my gosh, we forgot. That's right, I'm still hearing channel 3. So we want to make sure we go back to go back to zone. We want to set the zone for channel 3 the same as channel 2. So I'm going to set it to C4. It goes up to G9. There we go. And now it's not in the way anymore. I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is that lower sound, I'm actually going to map it higher than where I'm going to be playing this part. Because I really don't like it being in there. So what I want to do is I want to end it at about, this is the highest key, which is F sharp, that we're going to be playing with that single sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually end the sound at G. So that's, let's see, 1, C2, C3, C4, so that's going to be G5 that we're going to end it at. So we're going to go up here to the top key. We're going to go to G5. So now, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I did it wrong. That's okay. We actually want to have that that G be the bottom key, right? Or actually, excuse me, the G sharp. We want to be the bottom key. So we're going to go here. We're going to go G, 1, 2, 3, 4, G sharp 5. Right? So you have G, which is a single sound, and you have G sharp, which is both sounds. So now when we play that part, right? Okay, and then if we were to play it higher, it would be both of them, right? That's that. All right, so we haven't saved in a while. Let's go ahead and write the combination. Remember, writing the combination only goes to memory. So next, we're going to hit the media button. Save. Make sure the Save tab is selected. We're going to say Save PCG. There we go. We've saved our combi. So now we have the PCG, which actually it's not just the single combination, it's everything, right? It's everything that's in the memory. If you take a look when I save, I actually am not saving the built-in program. So for program mode, bank F is user. Combination mode, bank D is user. So I'm only saving the F and the D banks because that's really all I need. Everything else is already in the Chrome, and I'm not writing over the built-in sounds that the Chrome has. So we now have secret separation, and I'm going to try playing along with it because I need to actually learn this. I mean, it's a simple song, but at the same time, you have to know where the parts are. You have to know where the little solos are. Even though they're tiny, they need to be in the right place. Whoops, forgot that part. Isolation and our secret separation. You touched my heart so deeply, you rescued me. Oops, that's the quiet part. My gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway, that sounds pretty good. All right, so I'm going to stop my live stream right now.